thank you guys for tuning in. This is my first podcast, and finally, I am ready to step into the unknown and you know, grow. And I'm feeling nervous right now, Sanjeev.
No need
Well,
to be nervous.
I'm feeling nervous right now. I know it's something big, and I'm very, very grateful that you are here. Sanjeev is one of my oldest clients, and I've been coaching for the last 6 years. And I thought doing podcasts will benefit everyone by sharing our story, sharing my client's story, and I want to get to know more of you.
You know me already. 6 years, nothing else to know.
Nothing else to know. Well, I have a couple of questions that I really, really want to ask you, and maybe we can inspire people here. As that's what we want, right? Something that can nurture us too. So anyway, first question. Are you ready?
Sure. Now you're making me nervous.
Now I make you nervous, right? Okay, but the nervous is a healthy anxiety for me right now. Okay, so what is the one thing that made you decided to lift weights? Because I remember, right, during back in the fitness first, you've been doing a lot of functional, and now we've been, lifting weights. What made you decided to lift weights?
Well, I'm. By the way, after 6 years, also, I think you're lifting more weights than me. So you can lift heavier weights than me. But I guess lifting weights. There's not just one reason. I guess I did realize that it is part of any fitness journey. You can't just focus on cardio work that I was doing. So it has to have a combination. As you know, I run as a hobby. Every time you talk to a runner, they say, be careful of your knees. Your knees will get impacted. At the end of the day, your knees get impacted because your muscles around the knees are not strong enough.
Yeah.
Or, I used to have this niggling back, lower back pain.
Okay.
Till somebody told me that happens because your abs are not strong enough. So, so weights, I guess, came along as one of the things that I need to do. And I guess from the time that I started lifting, I'm happier, healthier. I guess no regrets. I still lift after so many years.
Yes, that's very true.
But you still lift more than me.
So what's behind your why? What's behind this lifting weights? I mean, aside of the health benefits, right, that we can get from it. What's behind this? Like for
so
me,
it started off as obviously the health part of it, but over the years as I go to the gym and I lift, I figure that my job now, I'm retired now, but over the years I've held fairly stressful roles, and being in the gym stressed my body or my muscles, but relaxed my mind. Weird as it may sound. So it was a kind of I did it. Yeah, I did it a lot like a therapy. So I would look forward to my training just to get away from the mental stuff. So my body became stronger and my mind became easier, I guess.
That's so powerful. Yeah. And what are the challenges that you're actually facing, and how did you overcome it? I mean, everyday life hits you, right? And some people, they can't. Managing stress is very hard for them. But how do you cope with your stress and with your role, right? If I remember, like you've been frequently traveling and so stressed out, but you still show up to the gym, and that's one thing that I really, really appreciate. And even when you want to, you canceling me, you still come to me personally and Like, who would do that?
So yeah, I'm there's plenty of motivations. I'm not sure I got your the real sense of your question, but what you were trying to
How
ask
do you
me
actually cope?
cope with my
How, I mean,
stress.
like, yeah, yes. Um,
So
the
coping
challenges,
mechanisms, I
the
have plenty
challenges.
of challenges, plenty
Mm-hmm,
of coping mechanisms. Obviously, and you got to take your mind off. And like I said, workout is obviously one key way of doing it. There are other ways, where you just sit and chill with friends, or just read a book. I have a few of these habits which get my mind off stresses and complications, which I guess everybody has. But working out in a gym is definitely one of the key ways that I find as a coping mechanism for stress. It
that's
completely
powerful.
takes my mind off things.
And now we've been lifting for 6 years, right? And I know you've been also active when you were in your younger time, your younger years. Have what do you have achieved non-metric, and when it comes to metric as well? Would you like to share it to us?
Active, yes, I've been very active. I used to swim a lot competitively in college, university, school.
Mm.
Um, so I guess I don't know. I'm I wouldn't change things at this stage. I think I've achieved as far as I could go in my career. I've
Mm.
achieved. I'm quite happy with what I did in my role in my company, my work.
Mm.
From a fitness perspective, I guess at the end of the day, uh, I'm still running marathons. Which at my age, I guess,
Mm.
as far as, at least as far as I'm concerned, is a achievement, and I'm quite happy, and I think that my weight training is quite responsible to quite an extent for the fact that I can still do that. I'm still, you know, I'm traveling overseas to run, which is good.
Yeah, that's really,
Good.
really
Yeah.
amazing. I'm so, I admire you for that. And you have upcoming marathon at Vietnam, right? This
Yes.
end of the month.
Yes.
Wow, that's lovely. And what about what advice would you give to your younger self? Like,
my
this
my.
question is a very. I love this question.
Yeah. There's plenty of
we.
things I would advise myself.
Yeah.
Uh,
Same as me, right? But yeah, I want to ask the
yeah.
more experienced than me.
There's plenty of things I would tell myself,
Mm-hmm.
but if I focus on fitness,
Mm-hmm.
while I have always been like I said, very active. I've never really focused on fitness overall. I've been
Mm.
active for the sake of the sport
Mm.
and for the fun and the of the game and the interest
Mm.
of the sport itself,
Mm.
rather than fitness. That has never been the goal. I guess if earlier on in life I had
Mm.
uh, built that into my sporting, I think I would have been way more successful,
Mm.
at least in my sporting life,
Yeah.
and even, who knows, my work life. That would be kind of, from a fitness perspective, I should have started way earlier than
Yeah.
I actually did start.
Wow. And what about advice that you can share to everyone? That's one thing that everyone should take as an advice.
Nobody needs my advice. Everybody's everybody's figured it out for themselves. So
That's so
I,
true. That's so true. But one thing
I
that you
don't
think
think
that is
it's, you know.
relevant to everyone that you can share.
Again, I come back to fitness and lifting. I think it is important. Whatever you may be doing, you know. I guess the more I read about it, the more I try and understand. I realize that lifting is so important.
Yeah.
For a host of reasons, which I don't want to elaborate. So basically, for if if there's anyone who needs my advice, I would say get out there and lift weights. All of my friends whom I meet, if I see that that they are not doing, in my view, enough work, I push them to go join a gym or start lifting, doing
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. I know that for the fact that you've been actually giving me clients and referrals. And what make you stick to what make you stick to live with Jen?
Right. The fact is that you are as passionate about your client's fitness as your clients should be. So you make up any of the lack of enthusiasm. So once someone has signed up with you, I think your enthusiasm and passion in terms of getting them on the track of fitness uh, is a good thing. You don't normally see it in trainers.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so I got one last question before we actually wrap up.
I thought the last one was the last. Never mind.
Okay. The last question we have: who you have become as a person today? Like, what makes you different from maybe 3 years ago, 5 years ago?
I guess I'm not. I'm in reality. I'm not different. Right? I'm the same person I was 3 years ago and 5 years ago. But definitely,
Wiser.
from I am
He is
wiser and
very
I'm
wise.
older. Yeah, that is definitely there. And I would dare say that maybe I'm a bit fitter.
Yes.
Every time I do my annual checkups, the numbers actually speak for themselves. So I do feel that I am a little healthier maybe than I was even like 5-7 years ago. So I'm even though I guess the level of my I guess my level of physical activity may have actually also gone up. So I think.
Yeah. Wow. That's so powerful. And yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sanji, for
Thank you, Jen.
sharing. Yes, I enjoyed that actually.
I enjoyed that too. Thank you so much, and all the best for all
Yeah.
your future episodes of this podcast.
I know. Yeah, actually, it's fun. I really enjoy that, and we will do more, and we will do more of podcasts, and we make sure that we will share more valuable stories and lessons and whatever it is about fitness and life. You want relationship, finances, maybe we can ask Sanjeev for
Tips on
financing
banking.
advice. Yeah, we all need that, right? Yeah. So well, that's the episode for today, and really thank you very much, Sanjeev. I'm very very grateful that I don't know where I found my clients like Sanjeev. Really, it's I'm crying. Honestly, I've been crying these days because it's not because of the anxiety I have last year. That was scary, but because I'm so grateful that I have these people with me, and that's really like more than enough to feel like I'm really, really blessed, and I appreciate life even more. And the job that I'm doing is, for me, is something that I never regret choosing. Although it's very, very tough to be like doing your own business alone, but I grew so much because of this client. So thank you, Sanjeev.
Thank you.
That's so lovely.